Hey everyone, how you doing? It's Tom Numbers. So, taking it easy, resting, recuperating, and with 30 days into Trump's first 30 days of 100 since the inauguration. So nearly a month, because the 19th today, tomorrow will be 31 days, and hence a month since inauguration on the 20th. 30 days. 30 in numbers is day, it's baby, it's AU plus AG, which is gold and silver, the atomic numbers. Well, sorry, the atomic symbols. And I had an interesting epiphany today, realization. I've known it already, but it just cemented things in, and it was quite on point. It was quite surreal, but it was accurate. And that was this principle of the simulation, the matrix. I spoke about it a bit last night. And I said I'd share more, and I had an example of it today. So I was talking to my friend Ricky, the footballer, and I'd sent him a link to have a look at more about this discussion of the matrix and simulation and all those good things. And he left a voice note for me, and he said he'd been watching, he'd watched something and he recommended I should watch it. And that's this interview. I haven't listened to it, I've only seen clips of it, I haven't watched it yet. I'll probably watch some of it tonight. But an interview with a guy called Thomas Campbell. So Thomas, there you go again. Not Joseph Campbell, but Thomas Campbell. And he's done a show with Joe Rogan. And obviously Joe Rogan is endorsing President Trump. This episode looks like it's about a month old. And he wrote the book, My Big Toe, which was interesting. I haven't read that before, but that's the title of his book, where he goes into the metaphysics and simulation theory and all the rest of it. So that stood out. And anyway, so me and Ricky were speaking this afternoon. And then I had an appointment I went to today. And after I took the chance to go to the store, and I haven't been to this particular store, I haven't been really out and about too much, but I went to this store, and I haven't been to that store for probably a couple of weeks, but I went to the store, and I saw some of the workers there that I recognise. I don't really know them very well, but I've spoken to them on occasion about asking where certain produce is, etc. in the store, but it's not one that I go to that regularly. But it was really interesting because it was just the feeling I had, the recollection, the realisation I had, hey folks, how are you, was of this principle of NPCs, people doing or playing characters in this simulation. And as this is a place I don't go to that often, although I do go to it, but not that frequently, it was interesting to see in the same places, the same positions, two of the workers that I had seen on my last occasion, and they were doing the same role. They were doing the same task. Now, obviously they work in departments in the store, but there wasn't too many people in the store. So it looked like, you know, the thing of Pokemon Go or the film Free Guy. So you walk along into the simulation, the virtual reality, and then characters will pop up. And so these characters, these workers in the store, were there doing the same role, which would be expected, but I had this profound sense of seeing them as they are doing these roles. And it's like, there they are, they're there. These programs in the system are there. And it just it hit me in a very unique, profound way. And I've had that thought and feeling many times over on different occasions, different times, different things. But today it was there, and it just gave a different, but nevertheless really profound feeling of the simulation and the Matrix, and these NPC characters, these programs in the Matrix to do the things that they're supposed to do. And so they appear when you enter that part of the game, and they're there doing their tasks perfectly. And that's what they were doing. And that was the sense and realization I had. And I've had that before, but just in a different way. It was quite unique. It was like, I've been talking about this today with Ricky. I was listening to some things last night on it, and surprising to hear this guy's called Thomas Campbell that's written this book about, it's called My Big Toe, and it's about metaphysics, the Matrix, manifesting, all that stuff. And he does the show with Joe Rogan. And then I had an example of that, so I managed to get out for a bit. I had to go to, like I said, an appointment, and then I took the chance to go to the store for a few minutes, and there they were. There they were, performing their roles, their functions. And it was, very illuminating, it was refreshing. It was quite, it was refreshing, it was illuminating, and slightly disturbing as well, if that can make sense. It was slightly disturbing, but nevertheless I welcomed the inevitability and the acknowledgement of it. And when you go along with the principle of Neo, the one in the Matrix, exposing the Matrix, taking it on, because I've had that in the last few weeks. I've had different Matrixy things occurring, silly things, but they slow you down, and they are irritants. They're designed to just wreak and cause havoc and distract you. And it's kind of subsided, thankfully, in the last few days, but having to still deal with some of those things that were going on. But there was a point where they just kept going on, and I knew what they were. And it's the Matrix fighting against it. It's like when a real character player, which I am, and I think many of you are that are listening. I hope you are. I'm sure some of you are realizing what's going on, and hence breaking the codes, breaking the sequences, breaking the monotony of the Matrix. And I think that it's integral and synonymous with the Great Awakening. The Great Awakening is this process that real characters are going through to understand the nature of reality and understand that we are in a, albeit very realistic one, it's still a virtual reality game. It's a computer. It's perfection. 111 is perfection. Illusion is 111 perfection. Computer is 111 perfection. New York is 111 perfection. And it's there, and it's right in front of us. And when you see it from that perspective, things take on a bit of a slightly different feeling. And don't get me wrong, it's so easy to get caught into it, because life is enjoyable, and we go through these programs and through these experiences, but there are times where we get distracted, but there are also times where we get the chance to reflect upon the Matrix and upon the reality that we're presented with, and examine and ask, what the hell is it? What the hell is it? And today was one of those days. It's almost like I was just observing. My body was going around, and I was getting a few groceries, and I was observing these workers, these characters that were in their perfect positions, performing their perfect roles, just like they were exactly in the same position that I saw them last time. in the same position in the shop. One of them was behind a counter, so that's fair that they would be there. But then there's another one that was on the main shop floor. It could have been anywhere in the store, but they were right there doing the exact same task that they were doing last time I saw them, like identical. The only difference this time was there was less people in the store than there was the last time. And walking around the store took on this kind of observery feel. And it was funny, a bit disturbing, but also illuminating as well, if that makes sense. And I can see and feel that there's going to be more of that. I mean, the reflection of reality, the synchronicity is happening all the time. But actually to kind of understand and to see that the NPCs, they look just like you and me. They look just like you and me. They do, they look just like you and me. I had another epiphany today. So I was watching a film this evening, and Mel Gibson's in it actually. And he's like this kind of big, rich tech guy that's trying to wreak havoc but his I guess his computer company empire is called what's it called? Voitech? Or Voxtech, Voitech, but they pronounce it as Voitech. Now this is really strange because years ago I used to work at a place in London, and one of the security guards there was called Voitech. And as soon as I saw, and the Mel Gibson character was producing clones like these assassins, and it made me instantly think of this guy that I knew that was one of the doormen, the security guard, called Voitech. Now whether that was spelled the same or not, I don't know, I don't think it was, but phonetically it was the same. And instantly I realised that Voitech from years ago would have just been an NPC, a clone, because he performed his function with perfect precision within those parameters. So I remember talking to him, and you'd have to get to know the doorman quite well because they would affect who you could bring in and out, and it was just interesting. But I was like, Voitech, he was a clone. He was an NPC, he was in the game. And so it's amazing how these things correlate later on. But instantly, as soon as I saw Voitech and heard it pronounced by Mel Gibson, I was like, so this guy Voitech, the doorman, was one of these characters. And he performed his function perfectly. So when I moved into the matrix area around him, he was performing his function with precision. The question is, when I left, did he disappear? When I didn't observe him, did he disappear? And that's what quantum physics tends to suggest. It's the question of, if a tree falls down in a forest, if no one's around to hear it, has it actually happened? Because if no one's observed it, has it actually happened? Whereas when you go out into the world, or in your imagination, or wherever you go, when you see things, you're perceiving them, you're observing them, and the wave function collapses, and therefore it manifests at that given time. But if we're the observer, if we're a key player, we're a real character player in the matrix, then we have the ability to produce these, to collapse the wave function to allow things to manifest. And then the question is, if we no longer observe it, i.e. we close our eyes, or we turn away, or we go to somewhere else, do those characters then just go on pause, and not do they disappear? It's a very interesting concept, and profound at so many levels, because we're talking about the nature of ones and zeros. We're talking about the nature of reality, the matrix. And today was a really interesting example of it on so many levels. I've mentioned some of them, but there were so many others as well that came with it as well, other things. But I'm sharing with you what I am here, but there were other pieces to it as well. And I'm hoping some of you can relate to that. But it's this ongoing inquiry into the nature of reality and observing it, And we're in the Great Awakening. And so the nature of all of this is being revealed to us at so many levels. Anyway, so that's what happened today. So we'll see what happens in Washington today. There'll be some things, I'm sure. So I'll see you tomorrow. Do yourself a favour, get onto Substack if you haven't done so. It's my newsletter. You'll get codes in written form there. So it's free to do, so get on there. And if you're listening from the UK, even though it's late at night, get yourself on Revolut. Scroll down about 3 lines down, three links down. I've got about, I think it's about 8 days left on that. So they give me a referral link that expires, but what you have to do if you want to get crypto, which I'd advise you to do, things like XRP, XLM, click my referral link for Revolut, open the account. It's a bank account with all these extra abilities on it. It doesn't have a credit check, and you just top up a little bit. Order your physical card. I think that's $4.99 to do so. It delivers it to you, and then make 3 purchases of £5 or more. Could be on Amazon or online, or you can, or even in the shop, you can just add it to your wallet even before your physical card arrives. Once you've done that, you'll have the full ability to get the best rate of things like crypto, which will be XRP, XLM, and any others you want on there. And it's worth doing because I saw something today. They're saying, we never know exactly on this, but they're saying that XLM could take a jump. It's only about 26 pence right now. So XLM is the sister, I would say, of XRP. And a lot say that that will be the one that's connected to silver. So there was a time I remember when XRP was around that price. I think even 15p when I first saw it. And XLM was about 3 or 4p. And now XRP is up to over £2 now. Depends what day you look at it. It's gone up 5 times since the election. And XLM is at about 26p today. But they're saying that might go to £1 very soon. So I'm telling you what the Lord knows, folks, because both of those coins are just going to continue to go up in time, and I suspect quickly. So there are some tricky things with cryptocurrency, with wallets and wallet addresses and all that, but the way that Revolut's set up is a simple way to do it. It's just open the account. You can do it in 5 minutes. Open the account, order your physical card, top up, make 3 purchases online or in the store. You can just add it to your phone wallet and then get into XRP and XLM. And when the prices go up, which they will do, you'll be able to thank me and say, thank you so much, Tom, for persuading me to do that, because it's gonna be a benefit to you. So anyway, God bless you all, and I will see you tomorrow. So, but the Matrix is real, folks. It really is real. And then the question is, are we real characters or are we NPCs? I feel like I know what I am, and then only you can know what you are. But there's a good chance that you're a real character because you wouldn't be listening. But the reason so many haven't awoken is because a large amount of them are NPCs, and they're performing functions in the Matrix that they're programmed to do. So, truth is much stranger than fiction. Good night, folks. God bless you. And I'll see you tomorrow, or at least be speaking to you tomorrow. We'll see how tomorrow goes. You take care.